Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick peek over here again at Myro. Double checking a couple of things. This coin is it's doing well, but it's also doing poor. I'm going to explain what I mean by that here. We got a bearish backtest of this ascending trend line, generally unfavorable, and in light of how Bitcoin has been misbehaving, it's kind of just going sideways. It's not recovering as well as it has in the past. So I'm not saying it's over. This uptrend is discontinued. I'm just saying that there's a solid chance we might be getting closer to our ABC pattern fulfilling itself, and we'll discuss that here as well. I've talked about this in more recent videos, just how important that is to understand that there's a lower level liquidation here that could very well be swept, and we keep seeing it retested. It's a solid chance we're going to see the price come down a little further. Anyways, with liquidation, just to clarify, we got lower liquidation level at 2.1 not 2.1, 21 cents rather. 20 cents, and then of course 24 cents. So those are kind of like three round numbers there to kind of remember. Those are areas of liquidation. So decent chance we could see that get swept here to the downside, just as a heads up. Last thing I do want to say here is that thank you for joining me, of course. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hit the like button, comment below if you get a chance. Really helps grow the channel. And if you are not currently subscribed, consider joining our CryptoCache Premium group. We've got a lot of new members that came over yesterday. They're here for some fun with some trade signals, but more importantly, watch my Trading Academy videos and get familiar with just how to be a bit better of a trader. Okay, so again, over the last 20 years, I've kind of figured some things out, and I can assure you, it's important that I impart that to you, however you want to call it. Okay, so let's go ahead and summarize here. Daily time frame, we'll work our way down and kind of recognize a few important factors. The truth is, this coin's still very bullish. Okay, so when I say the price is going to pull back, I'm not implying you just short like a madman or a madwoman. You don't go crazy. Nothing super egregious. I'm just saying that there are some bearish qualities we want to acknowledge here. Again, most coins have bearish qualities right now too. So there's that. But the key takeaway here is that Myro's underperforming compared to recent past, and there's a solid chance we could see the price pull back a little further. Let me explain this here. First of all, we got a stochastic divergence. That's pretty standard. We've been high for quite a while. Pullback makes sense. We've already seen a pullback. That might even be the bottom. However, when we got the money flow index pulling back, as well as our traditional RSI here, these are less favorable, but you also got to recognize they're still okay. Okay. So again, by no means, if the price continues to pull back, are we just going to be breaking bearish and the whole coin is just totally destroyed because of it? Not even close. We're looking still very strong. I don't want you to think that we're not, because most of these qualities here are pretty good. We're just starting to see shifts of momentum that are kind of occurring. Most coins are exuding this behavior, so the daily time frame isn't the best gauge. The 4-hour time frame to me is typically one of the better time frames to recognize a shift of momentum because it's a transitionary time frame. So if we look at the 4-hour time frame here, we can kind of see, first of all, this most recent 4-hour candle, not favorable. Take a look at this here. That is a gravestone doji. Okay? Basically implies it opened and closed at the same exact spot and had no success in that 4-hour period to be able to go any higher. We combine that with the fact that we have finished our Elliott wave to the top. We've maxed out at about 31.4 cents. The price pulled back pretty significant. While it could still leg up again, there's a solid chance we're going to see some resistance at about 27 cents. Okay, rounding up again a little bit there. We're also underneath the cloud on the 1 hour, which we'll look at that here in a minute. And if we look here, we've been below 50 on the RSI for some time. Money flow index is kind of low, and stochastic still diverging for the most part. MACD is also diverging too. So there's a lot of reasons why the price action, while it's hitting its bottom, it's starting to bottom out. You can only bottom out for so long. Okay. This is also kind of an ugly little pattern here. It's not perfect by any stretch, but we could be starting to see the beginning of a bearish type of flag pattern here. Okay. So again, I'm reaching a little bit for that, but I'm just trying to give you some perspective here and understand that the last 8 hours has been pretty poor performance for this coin versus other coins. I know you're probably like, what do you mean? Every coin pulled back this most recent 4-hour candle, but Myro, for example, has done pretty poor once it hit that threshold and it crossed this little level, about 25.3. Let's look at the hourly, probably a little bit easier to describe and kind of see. So we look at Ichimoku cloud here. We got this pretty big ominous cloud above us. This X here, by the way, is where we get confirmation for a potential confirming factor for a long position. We're a long ways away from that. We could even pull it over here, and hypothetically we get there, we may not even be in good shape. The key takeaway here is that we're still looking to find our B pattern, which could be in already, and the price action is likely due for one more leg down. The reason why I feel that is just because we keep retesting this lower low part, this lower range, and we're not establishing higher highs. While this is range bound to an extent, we need to establish higher highs and higher lows first before we can break that. If we do take a look, of course, at this bearish backtest, we can see the price action broke below this ascending trend line, comes back up to retest it-ish, and now it's pulling back. Okay. So again, a lot of little reasons why this doesn't look like a favorable condition or situation for this coin. Now, just say Bitcoin were to recover and shoot past 70,000. We might see Myro push up and then push up further, for example. We may even come up here, may even come up here, but it's still likely due to correct itself to the downside at least one more time. That's just natural because of how overextended the coin has been in this most recent couple of weeks, the run in the last couple of weeks. So those are my 2 cents. You can dispute that or argue that if you want, but these are just little signs that we're starting to see that are all piling up, showing that we have a potential break to the downside here for this coin. So if you were to short, consider very low leverage, low position size. I'm not saying it's going to be super successful. If we do see something along those lines happen, just so you know, the 0.5, 0.618 levels are common. We also have this nice solid support range, so if the price does pull back for one more leg down, 20 cents to 22 cents is a solid support range. The reason why I believe that is a lot of reasons, but mainly we have a ton of liquidation in this area, and liquidation levels are formed at supports. Okay, so as we can see here, we got a couple of supports. We lose 24 cents. 22, just sub 22 is going to be the next target. Okay, that puts us right in this little support range here between 0.5, 0.618. Just makes sense to me. So again, those are just little things I'm thinking about here. Again, I short carefully when I do, but I can tell you that this is exuding some of those behaviors, and it's not looking fantastic. Hopefully that makes sense. I described that correctly. I hope you understood where I'm coming from here, and you learn from it. Yeah. Again, this isn't a bash against this coin if you love this coin. If you think that way, you're totally in the wrong, because again, emotional trading belongs somewhere else. It doesn't belong in trading, I guess is the best way to describe it. So if you're like, oh gosh, he's totally dissing my favorite coin, you got a lot to learn. All right, folks, thanks again so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Comment below if you get a chance. Like the video, more important. Help us grow our Twitter, Telegram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok Shorts now available as well. Provide you with some relevant Bitcoin updates too there. So thanks again for the awesome feedback. Everyone says it's really nice. They appreciate it, so I'll continue. Thank you. We'll look forward to seeing you next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.